everybody on YouTube and welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. I've been very busy when we are talking private life, family and stuff like that. But here I am with one of these videos that I told you earlier on that I will be out with later on. And now I'm here. This video is about if I could keep only 5 fragrances in my life and for life. And the first fragrance that I want to go with on this for life list is Giorgio Armani's Acqua di Gio Profumo. You have to remember with this one that you can go with the newer Parfum version because Profumo has been discontinued, but you can go with the newer Parfum version as well as Profumo. And what I'm going to do with every of the 5 fragrances in this particular video is that I will start showing the notes on the screen. Then I talk about which, smell I get the most of the particular fragrance, and then how the performance is. And with Profumo, I get these beautiful notes, the citruses, the bergamot. I get the sea notes, some fresh and warm spices. I definitely get the incense and the patchouli in the base. And I just think it's a very, very great fragrance. Actually for all year round, but it projects best in the summertime. It is a fresh fragrance, with some depth into it. And when it comes to the performance of Profumo, I will say it has a great sillage and it has a great projection for the first 2 to 3 hours, depending on the weather and climax. But you have a couple of hours when you get wafts of it here and there, but the performance and longevity, all in all, is for about 10 hours. And I think it's great for a fresh fragrance. That was the first fragrance out of the 5 on my 5 fragrances for life list. Armani's Acqua di Gio Profumo. And the second fragrance that I want to go with on this list is Christian Dior's Dior Sauvage Elixir. I just think that this is one of the most beautiful designer fragrances on the market. It's from 2021, and that was when they changed, you can't say they changed the Dior Sauvage DNA, but only with a twist in this one, in Elixir. Because when we are talking about the performance on this one, it's wild. But we will get to that. But we have to talk about these beautiful notes, which are very well blended in elixirs. But I definitely get, spices like nutmeg, cinnamon, cardamom, and a little bit of grapefruit. Then in the mid, I of course get the lavender, and in the base, I get the licorice, sandalwood, and patchouli. These notes are the most prominent notes in Dior Sauvage Elixir. I just get so much of that mouth-watering licorice in this one right here. But let's talk about the performance in Dior Sauvage Elixir. First of all, I have to tell you that it's best suited for fall and winter. You can get away with it in, early spring, but definitely not in the hot summer weather. That's my experiences with it. But back to the performance. I think it has a great sillage, and then it has a great projection for about 3 to 4 hours. And after that, you still get a couple of hours when you get wafts of it here and there. And of course, when people pass you, they can and will smell it on you. Actually, they will that maybe until the 6 to 8 hour mark. But let's get to the longevity. All in all, I will say the longevity is until you wash it off. What I've told you before, the longevity on Dior Sauvage Elixir, at least on me and all the people I know, it stays until you wash it off. And that's the way it is. That was the second fragrance on my 5 fragrances for life list. Dior Sauvage Elixir. Okay, third fragrance on this list. Again, a Christian Dior fragrance, which I love so much. And you have to remember, guys, you know, a lot of people are talking about when to wear fragrances, summer, winter, spring, fall, and stuff like that. With the last fragrance, you know, Dior Sauvage Elixir, I told exactly the same thing, that I think it's a fall and winter fragrance. But you have to remember, and that's only my opinion, you can wear fragrances when you want. It's up to you. It's just, you know, if it's darker notes, I think it's best suited for fall and winter, fresher notes, you know, spring and summer and stuff like that. But then again, what about people who live in the Middle East? They wear fragrances with darker notes all year around because the sun is shining very often. And that's the way it is. And I think it's beautiful sometimes to wear a darker fragrance in the summertime as well. You just have to be easy, go easy on the trigger, you know. I just have to say that, guys. Back to the main subject. Again, a Christian Dior fragrance, as I told before. This time it's Christian Dior's Dior Homme Parfum. I just love this dark, vanillic, gourmand fragrance. Dior Homme Parfum is just so sophisticated and well blended. Just love that beautiful smell, you know, even when I know that chocolate ain't listed in this fragrance, I get chocolatey vibes. Again, a very mouth-watering fragrance. But let's get to the notes. When we are talking about the notes, I definitely get, you know, the iris, which is a very, very important note in this particular fragrance. Then a little bit of orange, but not that much. But it's followed by leather, rose, and oud. And these notes are the prominent notes in Dior Homme Parfum. What about the performance in Dior Homme Parfum? I know that I've been talking about Dior Homme Parfum on my channel before. I've made 2 videos about it. I think in the lifetime of my channel, and it ain't even a year old, my channel. But again, it's a fragrance that I really, really love. Back to the performance. I think it has a very great sillage. Then it has a great projection for the first 3 to the 4th hour, so to speak. You will get wafts of it here and there, yourself and others around you. When we are talking longevity all in all, then it has a great longevity for about 12 to 14 hours. But on my skin, it stays after the 12 to 14th hour, it stays as a weak skin scent until you wash it off. Again, a great performer. And if we should talk about when to wear Dior Homme Parfum, I will say its dark notes, so of course is best suited for fall and winter, but I just preach a little about that you can wear fragrances when you want before in this video, so just be careful with the sprays. But in my opinion, best suited for fall and winter. And that was the third fragrance on this list. And that was Dior Homme Parfum by Christian Dior. Fourth fragrance on this list. And yes, I have both designer fragrances and niche fragrances. The next fragrance on this list is a niche fragrance by Mancera, and it is Mancera's Instant Crush. It's just a beautiful unisex, again, mouth-watering scent. And I know a lot of guys think that it leans more feminine than masculine, but in my opinion, it's 100% unisex. I think Instant Crush by Mancera is best suited for, let me say, all year around, except the very hot summer days. And when it comes to the notes, I wouldn't say that I get notes in a particular way, like separate notes when they come from the top to the dry down. Actually, in this one, I definitely get, in the beginning, I get the saffron, of course. But in the dry down, I just get a beautiful vanillic, mouth-watering cotton candy, DNA, and it just stays and stays and stays. And that's what I get for Instant Crush, just like Baccarat Rouge 540, but I actually like Instant Crush more. And when it comes to the performance of Mancera's Instant Crush, then I will say that it has a great sillage. And then it has a great projection for the first 3 to 4 hours. Then it settles closer to the skin, but you still get it here and there for a couple of hours. Actually, 3 to 4 hours more before it becomes more of a skin scent. But the longevity, all in all, is for about 12 hours. That's what I get with Instant Crush. And a lot of the guys that I know, wearing Instant Crush, just again, a beautiful, what I would call gourmand fragrance, but it's very, very sweet. But a man can definitely pull it off if you are a secure man and like sweet fragrances with a cotton candy vibe. And that was Mancera's Instant Crush. Okay guys, the fifth fragrance and the last fragrance on this list of 5 fragrances for life. If I could only keep 5 fragrances for life. That is Armaf's Club de Nuit Intense Man Pure Parfum. The Pure Parfum version. What can I say? Again, a fragrance that I have been talking about before on my channel. I love, this is a clone of Creed Aventus, which I have been talking about before on this channel as well. Creed Aventus is Creed Aventus, beautiful fragrance, original DNA, stuff like that. What can I say? I got Mancera's Cedrat Bosé as well. I just love Club de Nuit Intense Man Pure Parfum when it comes to the smell and performance. Of course, it's a little bit, harsh in the opening, but after the first 10 to 20 minutes, you get past that. Just a beautiful, fresh fragrance with some depth into it. What can I say about Club de Nuit Intense Man? I think the Pure Parfum version is a bit more well blended than, the EDT and EDP version. It's just a very beautiful, fresh fragrance, and it's suited for, I think you can wear it all year around. Again, a fresh fragrance which project best in the hotter weather, but you can wear it all year around. It will work, you know, and that's the way it is. And when we are talking about the notes that I definitely get of Club de Nuit Intense Man Pure Parfum, then we are talking, of course, the lemon or citruses, definitely get the pineapple, pepper, later on the musk, woods and leather. These are the notes which I definitely get of Club de Nuit Intense Man Pure Parfum. And the performance is great as well, which is one of the reasons, as I told earlier on, which is one of the reasons why I always choose Club de Nuit Intense Man Pure Parfum over Mancera's Cedrat Bosé and Cedrat Bosé Intense, and actually Creed Aventus. That's just me. But I think it has a great sillage. And then it has a great projection for the first 2 to 3 hours. Then it settles closer to the skin, but you definitely get wafts of it here and there until you hit about the 8-hour mark. But when we are talking longevity all in all, then it has a great longevity for about 10 to 12 hours. And I just think that it's great. I just love Club de Nuit Intense Man Pure Parfum. That was the 5th and last fragrance on this list. Armaf's Club de Nuit Intense Man Pure Parfum. Guys, that was the end. I've been talking about all 5 fragrances on this list of 5 fragrances for life. If I could only choose 5 fragrances, I could have made a video with 10 fragrances for life. But again, the time will run and you guys got other stuff to do. So maybe I will make a part 2 at some point. I don't know. I just hope that you enjoyed the video, and thanks to my subscribers. Welcome to new subscribers. I do these videos for you guys, and I just hope that you are enjoying your life with your family, friends, and loved ones. And until I see you again, guys, enjoy life even more. See you, YouTube.